Right then, morning all. I haven't done a video for a while, and the last one of these sort of videos where I actually showed my products was a long time ago, and I think all my products have changed since then. So anyway, so I'm going to just do a quick run through of everything I sell now, what I have in stock, and what's available. I'm happy with my products now. I'm keeping them the same for a while. Don't think I'll be doing any changes at the moment. So virtually all my stuff is made of birch multiplex ply, which a lot of people may not like, but it's very strong. I like it. It's ideal for shooting a good catapult, a hardy catapult that'll withstand the sort of test of time and take a few knocks, not fall to bits, not get scratched. I don't believe in having a catapult that you if it's too blingy sort of thing and too much stuff on it, you end up not wanting to shoot it in case you get it scratched or lost or whatever. So I try and make my catapults that are just for shooting. Obviously some are a bit more fancy than others, but anyway, most of them, even the more fancy ones, the actual core will usually be multiplex. I don't like metal catapults, and I don't like metal cores particularly either. So most of my stuff is all of my stuff is made by me. Most of it is in wood. Sometimes use a bit of perspex as well, but it's all handmade by me. Nothing's imported in, nothing's brought in. Everything is done and finished by myself. So anyway, right, let's start with the over-the-top catapults. Prices will all be available on the website. Obviously they change from time to time, so I won't give the prices, but anyway, this one here is called the Wanderer. This is the Mark II of the Wanderer. It's changed slightly, made slightly smaller than my old one. Lovely little catapult, very good for putting in your pocket, sort of thing that a poacher may use perhaps. I suppose it's similar in size to an SBS. Very comfortable, so very pocketable. This one is called the Pincher, for obvious reasons. You pinch grip it. I find this very comfortable. It's most of my catapults have got at least 25mm tips or long or wider. Some of them up to 35. So all my catapults tend to have large wide tips, so they'll take most bands that you can put on them. So that's if you like over the top and you like shooting pinch grip, you'll probably find this one very comfortable. So anyway, that's the Pincher. Next we have, this is the Midnight Moocher, which is another small pocketable catapult, possibly with poachers in mind. It'll take very wide band. It's got strong tips, good for probably putting double 25-20s on or something and shooting big leads, that sort of thing. This one was actually mainly designed by Tony Standish. I changed it a bit, but we both had input in this one. This is the Smiler Mark II. It's got a pinky hole here, it's got a wide cup. This one I particularly recommend if someone's starting out, or children perhaps. It's a very good one where you're not likely to hit your fingers, and it's very easy to shoot. Both of my kids like shooting these. Next we have this one. This is the Reaper. This is completely a design by Tony Standish. Anyone who knows who's into catapults will probably have heard of Tony Standish. He runs a online magazine called Flip on Facebook, and he's heavily involved with the UKCA. This is really locks into your hand here. It's got a low cup, wide tips again. Tony's a excellent hunter. It's designed with hunting in mind, and this is the catapult that he uses. He also makes these catapults himself now in natural woods, natural forks, and I think he has a Facebook page called Reaper Reaper slings or Reaper something. If you look Reaper catapults or Reaper slingshots, I'm sure you'll find it on Facebook. A lot of the stuff he does is nice, lovely sort of wood with nice grain in it. What we got next? This one. This is the old school Mark II. This is, I suppose, similar to an old sort of Milbro style traditional catapult. That's why it's called the old school. I particularly like this one. It's got small cap, wide tips, and it's got a long handle, which I like. I like the handle to come down right to the bottom of my hand. I've got big hands. This one is probably, out of all the over the top catapults, that's probably the one I'd shoot. But anyway, so that's the old school Mark II. This one is a new one, or it's a Mark II version of an old one, basically. And if I remember what it's called. God, it's completely done me now. We'll get back to that one in a minute. This one is the SS PFS2, a little pickle fork. It's not, the cup here is actually bigger than the pickle fork. If you were shooting in a competition, they'd probably want a smaller cup than this. It's roughly, or just roughly about ½ an inch, slightly more, and I think the minimum gap officially is ½ an inch or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. But very comfortable, gives you a good start on a pickle fork. If you haven't tried one, this is a good one to try. It's easier to tie the bands on. Some of the pickle forks, the cup is so small, it's very hard to tie the bands on. It's got a pinky hole. It's very, you can literally conceal it in your hand without anyone seeing if you wanted to conceal it. And yeah, I quite like that as a pickle fork. I've shot a few pickle forks and I'm not very good with a pickle fork, but I can shoot this one okay. That's the SS PFS2. Right, what have we got next? I still can't remember this one. I'll come back to that in a minute. Right, these are now onto the TTFs. This one is called the Stingray, which was designed by myself and Tony Standish. Both of us made a lot of changes and variations to this until we got it how we wanted it. We basically wanted to design a TTF that could be shot in hammer grip and thumb and finger, and also pinch. I shoot in pinch grip. If I shoot this one, I don't use the pinky hole if I shoot in pinch grip. But if I were to shoot it in hammer or thumb and finger, I would use the pinky hole. So that is, if you haven't shot TTF before, that's a good one to try because you've got all grips on that. The next one is probably one of my favourites. This is the Suffolk Punch, which is, this one has 35mm tips on it. It's quite small. It's really, for pinch grip, really you can shoot it thumb and finger brace as well, but really pinch grip, it really fits my hand a treat. I really like this catapult. It's got, if you can see here, round past the pinky hole, there's a groove in there, which if you don't want to use the pinky hole, you can put your little finger like that, so it fits in there. This was the first design, I believe. I haven't seen it done before, and this was Tony Standish's idea, not mine. So, but I actually used that on another one of my catapults that I'll show you in a minute. But it's very comfortable. Really like that one. So that's the Suffolk Punch. Next, we have the Terminator, which is the cheapest of my TTFs, which is basically designed to be shot in pinch. You can shoot it thumb and finger as well, but it's really a pinch grip catapult. And that, on the basis of that, we go to the Terminator with swell, which is basically the same frame with a palm swell and a finger stop here, so that fits in your hand, fits in a treat. Like that one too. which then the next one we have is called the Wipeout, another one with 35mm tips. This one has also got this design here on the back there, so that can be shot pinch grip or thumb and finger. And that one, that's a very comfortable catapult. I also do that one with a swell, which is this one. So this is the Wipeout with palm swell, which really, I think personally, the palm swell, once the palm swell is on that, it's more of a pinch grip, but you still can shoot it thumb and finger. But I think really the thumb and finger grip is better without the palm swell, and with the palm swell it's better for pinch. Right, next we have, this is the one I shoot myself. It's called the Eliminator. It's basically got a full hand swell here. Really, it's got the finger stop there. This one I designed for myself to shoot. This is what I shoot all the time, pretty much. So for my hand, that is the best one I've ever tried. I've never shot anything as good as that for myself personally. I do a few minis. This one is called the Godson, which I actually made for my godson, the first one, called Harry. And the next one, this is a mini Reaper, which I designed from Tony's Reaper design. I made a mini one and just changed it a bit, kept wide tips. I think it's got 25mm tips on that, and so it's just a smaller version basically, but with bigger tips. This one is the Fox Cub Mini, which is a smaller version of the Fox, which, oops, I've now remembered I've forgotten to show you the Fox, so I'll go and get the Fox in a minute. So that is the Fox Mini. And this one is a mini version of the one I've forgotten the name for, so I will get back to you shortly when I get a Fox and come back to you in a minute. Right then, back again with a Fox. So this is the Fox over the top, nice wide tips, very low wide cap on that. This one was another one which was designed by me and Tony Standish. Tony had a lot of input into this. It's a sort of catapult that he shoots. Right, this one is the TriStar Mark II, which is a redesign of the original TriStar, which I've just put wider tips on it. It's a real, I suppose you could shoot this pretty much any grip really, thumb and finger, pinch or hammer. So that's quite shaped along here. Another nice little catapult. Right, which now brings me on to a few specials that I do. I'm going to do, when I get time, do the odd natural and stuff like that, and stick it on a different section on the website, which is sort of special offers and various custom builds, which hopefully I'll be doing a bit more of when I get time. So you just have to have a look if you want anything after something a bit different. Have a look on the special offers and custom build sort of category on the website. At the moment I've got this natural, which is actually silver birch, which came off a massive fork that I cut down and shaped. That one is very comfortable actually, particularly like that one. Come with any bands you want. You just have to email me on the email address on the website to see what's available. And this one is an ash cup, I believe. which, as you can see, nice grain. Took inwards quite a bit on the on here just so you can get a nice grip on it. What else have we got? This one, I've got another white paper with swell. This one's actually got a walnut swell with some nice grain. It's got a bit of a knot here, but that's all sealed. So it's a nice, very nice bit of walnut. And we've got this eliminator, which is birch multiplex, and a layer of oak, and then a layer of walnut on top, as you can see. And then that, I'm not quite sure what that is, that finger bit. That's a reddish wood, and like I'm not sure, I can't identify it to be certain. So, but that's that one. And then this is one I've just built, which is another eliminator with orange, purple and red perspex spacers. It's got fluorescent pins, or not fluorescent, but if you hold them up to the light you can see through them. You probably won't be able to see that, but transparent, that's the word I'm looking for. So that's actually got where I normally stop this eliminator here and have smaller forks. This one's actually got it's got the perspex running right through, so they're kept wider. But very comfortable catapult, a little bit different, similar to the one I made myself the other day. So that's about it really. So that's, as of July 2016, that is my current lineup. Hope you like them. Thanks for watching. Thank you.